Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another Empowerment Exchange. Today, I'm going to talk to you about resilience, and I'm going to make available to you a checklist that I have and a worksheet, an ebook, whatever it is that you would like to have. I'm going to make available to you because I think understanding resilience and the skills that you need to cultivate, to build, to walk through life with strength are very important. Now, there's 7 skills that are referenced in the checklist and in the ebook, but I am going to share with you 4 of them today, and you're just going to have to get the book for the rest of it. So, are you looking for the skills to get through tough times? I mean, sometimes we just figure them out, unfortunately, by ourselves, but are you looking to have the skills that can kind of jump into action when something challenging comes your way? Do you want to learn how to better manage your thoughts, your actions, and your life? Resilience is a skill that can be learned and cultivated. If you want to develop this skill, you can do so by applying new concepts to the small ways in which you live out your life every day. So, the first one that I really want to talk to you about is understanding really what it means to be resilient or what resilience actually is. Life is something you can either go through or grow through. And I've always loved that saying, you grow through what you go through. And it's so true. There's so many different things that I have faced in my life, you have faced in your life, that we have come out to the other side of it, having learned more about ourselves, having learned more about who we are as women, as moms, as wives. And I can tell you that I have tried to apply that principle to everything that I've gone through. Sometimes I've gone through things in my life and I haven't understood why me, why did I go through them? But I just did. I figured out a way and I cultivated inside of me the things that were the skills that I needed. And for me, obviously, it's always been my mindset. And I think that that is the one thing that we have the most control over. And it's definitely something that I recommend that you all try to harness and embrace the power of your mind. Because once you're able to do that, you can essentially face anything. But resilience requires the willingness to grow and to adapt. Life has its peaks and valleys. We all know that. It's always changing. It's always evolving. We're always evolving if we allow ourselves to. If you're able to accept this, you'll find that you're more motivated to get curious about the lessons of each moment. You're not born with resilience, but you can develop this skill. And I share that because some people are automatically thrown into situations they have no control over, and they have to learn how to adapt. They have to build the resilience because everything is just thrown at them and they have no choice. It's either I'm going to sink or swim. How am I going to sort this out? But when you can actually develop the skills and know how you're going to react when thoughts come in, when situations happen to you, it can make a world of difference. Second thing I want to share after understanding what resilience is enhance emotion regulation skills. This one is very, very important to learn how to regulate your emotions. You have the freedom to choose your reactions. Your emotions and your thoughts are not facts that you need to act on. You can reframe any situation in order to see it from a new positive perspective. Look at the situation in a new way and avoid mind reading or attempts at predicting the future. Practice mindfulness skills by doing something that directs your attention to the present moment. Increase positive experiences by doing things you enjoy and making happy memories. Now, if you follow me, you know I've said this many, many times, and it's true. Life is about choices. We choose to be bitter about something or to change it to make life better. I've had a lot of things happen in my life, as have you. We could have gone down different paths. We could have made very different decisions. I could have chose to still be in a wheelchair. I could have chose to still be in a very abusive marriage. I could have chose not to bet on myself and miss out on this incredible life that I have and this incredible journey that I'm on. I could have chose to do that. Life is all about choices. So making sure that you know how you react to something that is thrown your way, because life isn't perfect. It's what you do with it is the most important thing. So you can turn any situation into a positive one. It just takes some time, takes a tremendous amount of patience, and grace, but you absolutely can do it. Number 3, take responsibility. It is impossible to be perfect all the time. I am perfectly imperfect, and I am fine with that. We all make mistakes because we simply cannot always know what the right thing is to do. Admitting that you make the mistakes will increase your resilience. Get curious about the role you play in every part of your life. Even if someone wronged you, get curious about your behavior and reaction. You never have to blame yourself. Simply look at the situation so that you can learn how you want to behave in the future, and apologize when you need to. This takes humility and courage, and it will strengthen all of the relationships in your lives. Excuse me. I can tell you one of the hardest things I have ever had to do was apologize to one of my kids. And as parents, you're kind of, I don't know, I know we all have this phase of, well, because I said so, right? My parents said it because I said so. I've used it with my kids. Don't question me. It's because I said so. But there have been times, especially as they've gotten older, that I may have misunderstood a situation or may have overheard something that was incorrect. And then I went to them and accused them or insinuated that something happened. And then they'll come to find out that it wasn't true. And I can tell you one of the most humbling experiences is going to your child and asking for forgiveness. And I've had to do that. I haven't had to do it a lot because I have an incredible relationship with my sons, but there are times that you have to humble yourself and you have to apologize. And I would encourage you to apologize as soon as you realize that you had you had a hand in it. I think the longer things go, I mean, I can tell you of relationships that I know would have gone in a very different direction if I hadn't stepped forward and took responsibility for my part in it. I knew that person would have ridden off into the sunset. We would have never spoken another word to one another. We would have never sorted it out. But because I cared about that relationship enough and I cared about that person in my life, I apologized. And in some cases for me, it really wasn't that I needed to apologize, but I wanted to. I felt like I needed to because if if I conveyed something that other person didn't take the right way, I wanted to make sure that they knew that I validated their feelings and that I didn't want anything to be between us. And it is a very powerful thing. If the person is important to you, I know definitely if your children are important to you, but I can tell you that's one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had in my life is to apologize to one of my kids. So take responsibility. That's huge to take responsibility. And it does really change everything. And, we talk about forgiveness too. And forgiveness, and I don't want to get off topic of resilience, but forgiveness is more about your inner peace than that other person. It really is, because you could carry that weight, waiting for somebody to come up to you and apologize, or waiting for somebody to say, I know I did something wrong. It's about your inner peace. So they go hand in hand as far as apologizing. Understand that forgiveness, making apologies, it's more about you. It's more about you getting right in here than it is the other person. And let go of resentment. It can be difficult to move forward when anger is weighing on your shoulders. You do not have to carry this around anymore. It's a choice. You're choosing to carry it. You're capable of letting go and forgiving. And the last one that I want to share with you is to strengthen your relationship with yourself. Begin with the basics. Just take care of yourself, your brain, your environment, your attitude, your self-talk. Just really strengthen your relationship with yourself. Pay attention to the patterns of critical self-talk you play in your head. Replace these negative phrases with positive affirmations. You are allowed to care about yourself. It is not selfish to prioritize yourself. It is necessary. And like I stated, there are 7 skills that you need to walk through life with strength and resilience. And I'm going to share that with you. But I want to continue to do these empowerment exchanges and have these conversations because I feel like every woman that I meet, I have the opportunity and I'm blessed to be able to help. I am you. I see you. I hear you. I am you. I get you. And there are women that I'm always afraid are sitting on the sidelines, just waiting for a sign, waiting for somebody to give them permission to move forward and to just crush through their limiting beliefs, or, get have a better financial relationship with their money, have a healthy one, maybe live authentically, or find really what it is that they want to do in their life. And they just don't know. They're waiting for a sign. Maybe I'm your sign. Maybe these empowerment exchanges gives you an opportunity to get to know me, to have visibility into my life, because I guarantee if we have a conversation, we are going to connect. There's going to be synergy there, because I have been through what you're going through. I may not know what you're going through, but if you're dealing with self-doubt, low self-esteem, worry, fear, I've been there. I still struggle with it from time to time, but I also know that I have control over it. And if you don't know how to control those things, then I am definitely the sign that was brought to you. So the checklist for today, but I really also want to just extend a 15-minute conversation just for you to hop on the phone with me and say, hey, here I am. Here's what my challenge is. And if all I can do is be an encouraging word to you, at least let me do that. So I will be back again next week for another empowerment exchange. Make sure that you get the resilience checklist, the 7 skills that you need to walk through life with strength, because I want to make sure that you're able to look at it, learn from it, and grow through it. So thank you, Shiros. I will be back again.